Graphing equations. Here's what we did yesterday. So this is going to be the warm-up. Fill in the table for the equation. And what we did yesterday was we were filling in. Why did that make that noise? Yes, we have to do graphing because stop talking. Wow. There we go. Yes, hence the biggest word in the front of this that you saw sitting on the board. Graphing equations. Hence, because that's proper English. So what we're doing with this one, we are going to fill in. We are going to be substituting 5. What? We're going to be substituting for x, whatever this x is. So we'd have y equals 5 to the negative 1, and that would equal negative 5. When we substitute 0 in there, y becomes 0. When we substitute 5 in there, it becomes 5. Now that's a review, so I'm not going to stick with that very much. Whoops. Really? And for some reason, it's making noises now.
It always
No, it doesn't. No, I've been using it all day. No, it isn't, but I'm going to mute it.
I thought that off was
No, you can turn it off. You can turn it off. I turned it off downstairs. So then, does she not like the noise of it? Okay. Write the equation for each table. I'll go see her after school. Do you guys remember what we said about the zero trick? What was the zero trick, Sam?
Because you know that y equals blank x plus blank, and if you have 0 as x, then you know whatever you're adding to it has to be, you know what you're adding.
Good.
And then all you have to do is the x for the
So what Sam just said was whenever we have 0 for our x, when we know that the y is going to be only option is a 2, because if this is a 0, it doesn't matter what this is going to be. No matter what, when you multiply anything times a 0, you're going to have 0. So we know that it's going to be something plus 2 is going to be our value. So we have y equals something x plus 2. It could be x plus 2, but once we would check it with another one, right, because it doesn't fit. So we have to go with something here. If we install then, let's go fill in those variables. So I'm going to take away my x and put it as being 1. I'm going to take away my y and put that as being, what's the number there with that 1? What's with 1? Thank you, 5. Now, we have our variable, we'll call it r, okay? It's just something we're not using. So now, if we had 5 equals r plus 2, how are we going to find out what r is? Huh.
Isn't it like 5 on the one side and 5 on the other side?
I think you're on the right track. You're on the right track. You're on the right track. Baker? Now we know exactly what r is. So our final realization is 3x plus 2 equals y. Whoops. 3x plus 2 equals y. Let's see, are we correct? 3x plus 2. Yeah! When you have an equation and two variables are able to graph them on a coordinate plane, you use the coordinates by using your x's and your y's from the table. So what's going to happen is whenever you guys see a table like this, all you're going to do is you're just going to essentially put parentheses around them so it looks like a coordinate plane. Okay, like coordinates, and there's going to be a comma between the two. Because you remember that from 6th grade where it was x and then y?
Yeah.
Okay. The coordinates you will use to graph the equation are on a coordinate plane will be -2, 0, -1, 1, -0, 2, and 1, 3. So what's happening here is we have, whoopsies, let me erase that. So we have our -2, 0 that looks like that, and here's our -2, 0. See how we just changed the way that it looks? Buy it for looks, buy it for life. Okay, let's look at another one. Here is -1, 1. Here's -1, 1. See how the x is first, y is second? If you ever get confused which is which, x is first, y is second, just think of how it is in the alphabet. X comes before y. Then of course we have, let's highlight in black. 0 and 2, 0, 2. Then let's highlight red. 1, 3. Nope, that's still black. That is still black. Red. And here's our 1, 3. That's what it looks like when it's sitting on a coordinate plane. Here's what it looks like when it's in a table. Great stuff. Now, when we are doing a coordinate plane, whoops, not the keyboard. Is it going to pop up the keyboard? No, okay, good. When we're using a coordinate plane, this is always the x-axis. So go ahead and write that in on the one on the bottom of your notes. We're not going to get to that one yet. Sixth period was confused because they were jumping ahead of me. You are labeling your x and y at the bottom of your notes, your guided notes page, but that's not where we are going to be doing what we're doing right now, okay? Because we haven't gotten to this table yet, right? So that's the only thing you should have written right now is maybe your name and x, y. Now here's what I want you to do. Oops. We are going to plot this. There's going to be, who can plot the first one for me? Okay. Oh, you moved first. Corey, you are going to be plotting the first one for me, so you're going to be plotting this. Okay, and Corey, you're going to hand it to a girl. A girl is going to hand it to a guy, and a guy is going to hand it to a girl. Now, there was 2 classes where every single one was plotted wrong, and that's okay. This is the very beginning of review stuff you haven't seen in possibly a year and a half. All right? So, Corey, come on up here, and I want you to just put a plot point. So you're just going to do like that on it, okay? Yes, ma'am. Where are the numbers?
Yeah, you're supposed to have it.
Oh, sorry. Stick around. Oh, don't you go run away, no, yeah. Oh, don't you go away. There we go. Here. Okay. Nice.
Yeah, I tried my best.
And this is a time where it's perfectly okay to be wrong. So hand it to a female. To a lady. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, and then you're going to hand it to a guy, whether he has a hand up or not. Because this is an exploration into the history of your memory. History of memory? Doesn't make any sense.
Well, that isn't 12.
We should help you.
This is plot 4. You don't have to be certain, just go with a guess. Because I'll help you guys out. And as soon as I show you guys, I'm sure you'll be all good with it. here's the ones you're doing. Oops, sorry. Sorry, take a guess. Okay, we'll see. All right, I'm going to highlight these in blue so we can see the difference between these and the correct ones. Okay. Let's see here. We got 2 out of the 4. We got 2 out of the 4. Okay? So that's not bad. That's not bad at all, and I'm going to show you how we did this. So for the first one, which is 2, 0, since we have 2, well, which comes first? Does the 2 relate to the x or the y? Think of the alphabet. Which is first? It's the x. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be like, whoop, whoop, right here in the 2. And then it doesn't have anything for the y. If it had a positive y, I go up here. If it had a negative y, down here. So I have a, ooh, you're right. It's a negative 2. So I'm going to go whoop, whoop, right here. And there's my first point. Okay, here's my first point. Then I have the second one. I'm going to do it blue. Then I have negative 1. Then I have negative 1, 1. So I'm going to start at the origin, and I go negative 1 on the x. I wanted that red. Going to go negative 1 on the x, and then I go up 1 right here, and that's where I'm going to end up with that. Okay. Then I have 0, 2. So I'm nowhere. I'm not going left. I'm not going right on the x-axis. Is this ringing a bell for you all? Yeah? Where? Then I go up 2. 1, 2. Phone is for you. And we're back. Okay, so then I have 0 and 2, and finally, I go 1 on the x, and 1, 2, 3 on the y, and that's what you guys had in 6th grade. Then the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ruler. Where is it? See, I have a yardstick here, and you guys have your school issued straight edge right here. Okay. You guys have your school-issued straight edge. So I'm going to put my ID right on the top here, and I'm going to draw a line that goes all the way through the grid points. If you have a straight line on your homework, that means you're doing it correct. Okay, this is just like the homework, guys. And I'm going to put a line, or make it into a line, because a line, what's the characteristic of a line? Who remembers that from studying for the test? Does it stop? No. Last period especially, people wanted to make their lines like this. This is not a line. That's a line segment. And this is not a line. That is a ray. Okay, not like Ray Charles. But you do need to use a straight edge, especially those boys who have really rough handwriting and you try to draw a straight line and it looks more like this. Okay, which almost...
That looks like my first computer.
Actually, now it kind of looks like a snowmobile. Let's see here.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that turned out pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
Okay, so there's my snowmobile. All right. Last period it turned into a pony. It was weird. So there's the line. It's tiny, whatever. So this graph only shows 4 ordered pairs, but any solution of the equation y equals 2x plus 2 is on this line. So you could put any value in for x. I repeat, you could put any value in for x. It could be as high as a number as you want it to be. It could be as low as a number as you want it to be. It could be at the tiniest decimal that you could imagine, and it will land on this line, or as you would say with your St. Louis accent, on this line. Hello. Okay, it will be somewhere on this line. Okay, somewhere on that line. Okay?
Did you say St. Louis?
Yeah, that's how you guys talk here. St. Louis accent. That's okay. It's gonna fall in there. Do you hear what I'm saying? So, what numbers don't work for the value of x to fall in that line? None. None. Everything works. You put in any value of x and it'll fall on that line. Also, here's a secret pro tip for you to make sure that you can double check yourself so there's no double wreckage. See this plus 2 here? Look where your line crosses the y-axis. Where? 2. Positive 2. So when you guys are working on your homework and stuff, whenever you have y equals, well, it's going to be mx, but plus, it's actually b. Whatever this constant is, that's where it crosses. Where line crosses, whoa, y-axis. Where the line crosses the y-axis, that's what you're going to find out, okay? So that's one way that you can check it. There, okay? This is where it's going to cross the y-axis. So if that's minus whatever, it's going to cross it below it, okay? That's just one way you can check your answer. All right. Now it's time to do the table that's on your guided notes. So you guys were not supposed to graph that. I told you not to do that. Thank you for following directions. 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 Thank you. Good. The only thing you should have written on your page is X and Y and your name. And 2, you're correct. Please fill out that.
I'm sad. I can't do it.
Says pick a value for X. I can't read upside down. That ugly font. That's font, not handwriting. Font. Actually, it's type. Oh yeah, that's why, because it's Comic Sans. Pick a value. You can tell I definitely did not make this. It's Comic Sans. Pick a value for x and put it in the equation and solve for y. This is exactly like your other homework, with exception of
X, comma, Y.
there's a column that says x, comma, y, and you are just going to put in the values that you have for x and the value of y that you found in there. Do that now, please. Fill out that table. So you're going to have y equals blah, blah, blah. And for those of you at home, I'm not going to that page because, actually I can. I can pause the projector and go to it for YouTubes. So YouTubers can see it with no one that's going to watch this.
I watch these every night.
Aw.
After I watch both stuff, it's off.
So YouTube, here's the correct answers. And my stylus is disconnected. It's the exact same as homework. You just plug in the value of x and it'll give you y.
Okay, this makes more sense now that I know.
Oh, is your x no, your x is given to you.
Yeah.
I don't understand the question then.
Oh yeah. Oh, so is it like this?
Almost. Look at my example compared to what you did up on the board for people who are present, not what YouTube can see right now.
Yeah, that's what I did. Oh, parentheses. Is it
Hey, ladies. Great job. It was fun. I didn't get to see the whole first part, but I got to see it all during third period, so it was a good job. Yes. The first one is correct. Oh, no, your number one is not correct. Yeah. I need parentheses. That's not correct. 1, 3. Mm-mm. All right, we need to move along to keep this YouTube video short and also to maximize the time that you guys have to work on your homework. So this is what you should have.
Well, you didn't let me finish.
I know, but I want to keep going. So you should have it like this,
1 instead of 3.
because -1 plus 2 is 1. If you guys are having trouble with integers, look at the graph that is on the bottom of the page. You'll be able to look at the graph that's on your homework, because a lot of you have a really tough time with integers. Actually, I need to have like a review homework assignment that goes along with your regular home assignment for integers, because some of you really struggle with that. And there's definitely going to be integers on the park test. Okay, so that's correct answers for them. That's the correct answers for them. Yes. All right. Now here's what you're going to do. You are going to do the word Smith, for example, 3 and 4. Sometimes. Like 1/3 of the time, I'm MVP half the time, which is 1/6 of the time. Okay. So you are going to have 2 tables here. Okay? 2 tables. It's like Thanksgiving. Kids table, adult table. You're not following directions. Nope.
Oh, man.
Yep. Luckily, see, that's why I use pencil, though, so you're cool. Now, you are going to substitute in these values for x. You have -1, 0, 1, 2, -1, 0, 1, 2. And I'll do the first one with you. So I'm going to substitute 1 in for x. So I have y equals 2, -1. So my answer for this one is -3. Okay? -3. Then I'm going to write the coordinates like that next to it. So please do that for examples 1 and 2 and please do that. It is -3. Just can't see it over my weird y.
Yeah, but you just put -1.
Oh, you're right. You are correct. Thank you. Good catch. Thank you. I don't want to be wrong. I will be wrong sometimes, and so I'm glad you guys catch that. Thank you. Yes. Nope. Sure, I get parents and older siblings that shake their head and question my teaching ability. Because even though everybody makes mistakes, people think that people shouldn't make mistakes that are not them. He's a teacher. He shouldn't make those mistakes. Well, guess what? It will happen from time to time. Oh, of course. I remember that episode. No, I don't. Okay, no. You don't need anything. Nope, you don't need anything in your binder. Sydney, put your binder down. You don't need anything in your binder. You don't need to sharpen your pencil. You're avoiding. Dominique, you done? No? Because he says no. Owen, are you done? No? Then put your foot down and start working. Put your foot down. Tough. Yeah, well, tough. We will be. You know what? Sure. Yeah, if you want to graph, make sure that you do the first one, draw your line, and then do example 2. Yep, if you're done and you're making good use of your time, you may graph example 1, draw the line, and then graph example 2 on the graph below it. Time's up, batter up. Here we go. Let's see how you did. For the first one, -1, -2, 0, 0, 1, 2, and 2, 4. Good. Did I? So did I mess up my mess up? Yes. Oh, I was doing, okay. Yep. Yeah, it's just 2x. Darn. Speaking of not knowing what he's doing. Oh. Yeah, it should be -2. My fault. Then we have, whoopsies. Then we have -1, -2, 0, 1, 1, 4, and 2, 7. If you don't have those, do those now. No. See what it did? It jumped up at me.
It just came out of nowhere. And that's why
It makes no sense now?
No, it makes so much sense now. I wasn't understanding it, and then I was
Okay. It'll even make more sense when we graph it. Okay. Dame. Okay. Let's graph it. Okay. We're going to graph this together. I have my other classes do it solo, but we're going to do this together. So my plot points for 2x were what? What were my plot points for 2x? Someone, Thornberry, can you please read them off to me? Okay. And? Okay. 2, 4. 2, 4. Good. So I'm going to plot these points. Quiet. I'm going to plot these points now on this graph. We have -1, 2, -2. So I go -1 on the x, and I go -2 on the y. Boom. There's my point there. Then I have 0, 0 here. Then I have 1 and 2 here. And then I have 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I get out my ruler, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's a straight line. You do have to draw a straight line on your homework. And it's going to have to go all the way through the grid. That's the expectation. Okay? Then we have another set of plot points. What is the other set of plot points, please? Freddie, what do we got for the second one? So get this out of here, get this out of here. So we have what? What is it? Okay. Two, 7. Now on the homework, you're going to have this similar map, but it's going to have the numbers whited out. You can do them one by one by one, but the thing is, when you have a plotted point that's 7, you might want to do it by 2s, just so you can be that much certain. So we have -1, -2, -1, -2. Boom, that shows a point. That's cute. Then we have 0, 1, 0, 1. Then we have 1, 4, 1, 4. And we have 2, 7, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-ish. Okay, I'm going to make this green. Yeah, because I don't have that exact spot. But whenever you're doing the homework tonight, just let you know, whenever you have a line, all you need is love. All you need is 3 points to be able to tell if you're certain that you're drawing a straight line. Okay? John Lennon. He wrote that. Did you just say John who? As an American, you need to know English. Why not? English and rock history, because rock is just such. Why? The same way that people. Let's see. All right, we're not going to get into music. This is not my class, even though I subbed there today. Okay, let's see how we did. Whoopsies. What is that? Huh? This is. It is glitching. There we go. Yep. Here's the pink and the orange. Those are the two that we did. That's the similar thing that we just had. So we're looking good, looking good, looking good. Now, turn that page over. Next to each one of those, I expect you to draw this. I expect you to draw this table with 0 or -1, 0, 1. I expect you to draw that next to each one of those graphs on the back of your notes.
So for your one,
Every single
Yep.
one?
Yep, every single one. So there's going to be 4, and then the homework you're going to do it 8 times.
Oh, we only have 8 questions?
Yep, only 8 questions on the homework.
How many?
Yes. Yes, sir. Yep, you're right, thank you. So this is what each of your homework assignments and what you're going to be doing right now. Here's the thing about this, and yes, I mean what I'm about to say. You are going to work with a partner to finish those 4 on the back side of your notes until the end of class, and I'm going to pass out your homework right now. Here are your options. Option 1, shush. Option 1, you work by yourself. Option 2, you work with one person and one other person only. That's it, so just 2 people. No, one person. You work alone or with one person. Okay? So that's that. On your homework, you should have this same amount of samples for your table. You are including your own values of x, but that's going to keep it minimized, and that is it. So, yeah, you can move your desks, just have to be in a desk. Oh, come on. That's all that I'm doing. Goodbye.